Your hand or the hand of God?
Cheers, you know. For me, man.
Maradona-esque punch.
On July 19th, 2026, Argentina lost the World Cup final to Spain, 1-0 in extra time. But it's not the scoreline that's still being talked about. It's everything that happened around it. A red card in stoppage time, a disallowed goal, a pattern of contested decisions that stretches back decades. Some fans call it the price of being the villain everyone loves to hate. Others call it something else entirely. Today, we're breaking down the most controversial moments in Argentina's World Cup history and asking the question football can't seem to stop arguing about. Is this a real pattern, or is Argentina just the team everyone loves to accuse? The 2026 final, Spain dominant for most of the match, Argentina holding on behind a heroic performance from goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez. Then, deep into second half stoppage time, Enzo Fernandez picks up a second yellow card and Argentina go down to 10 men. Spain's Nico Williams thinks he's put Spain ahead shortly after, but the goal gets chalked off. VAR ruling a foul by Mikel Merino on Nicolas Otamendi in the build-up. Replays sparked immediate debate online over how clean that contact actually was. Argentina hold on until extra time, and it's substitute Ferran Torres who finally breaks the deadlock in the 106th minute.
It's Argentina's momentum.
Porro chance to cross, hooks it in. Williams battling, knocks it down. It's free. It's a goal. It's Ferran Torres.
Well, that's one way to break the Argentine spirit, and it's with a goal straight out of the second half of extra time, and it's a many quality players, but yet.
Spain win their second World Cup. Argentina, chasing back-to-back titles, walk away with nothing, and a whole new controversy attached to how they got that far. That's one match. Now, rewind 2 weeks. The opening group game, Argentina versus Algeria. 31 minutes in, Messi goes into a challenge on Algerian defender Issa Mandi and appears to rake his studs down the back of his opponent's calf. The referee blows for a foul. No card. Messi finishes the match with a hat trick in a 3-0 win.
Back to Messi. Messi! A deflection! Got it home! That's Leo Messi! He transcends time!
ESPN's own VAR review panel called it out directly, with one analyst stating flatly that the contact should have resulted in a red card.
Should Messi have been on the pitch to do this?
100% a red card for Lionel Messi. Should have been. As much as I love Lionel Messi, that was a clumsy challenge, a bad challenge.
Algeria reportedly filed a formal complaint with FIFA afterward, requesting a retrospective review. FIFA's review process cleared the on-field decision, ruling there wasn't a clear error to overturn. But the comparison that really lit up football media was a different sending off entirely. A US player dismissed for a challenge many pundits considered less severe than Messi's in the same tournament. Whether that's a double standard or just two officials making two different judgment calls in the moment is exactly the kind of thing football fans have spent a month arguing about, and there's no clean answer either way. So that's 2026, a missed card that stayed missed, and a final decided by decisions that will get replayed for years. But if you think this is a new storyline for Argentina, you clearly haven't been paying attention for the last 40 years. Let's go back to 2022, because that tournament had its own share of contested moments before Argentina ever lifted the trophy. The quarterfinal against the Netherlands is still remembered as one of the most chaotic knockout matches in recent World Cup history. Referee Antonio Mateo Lahoz handed out 18 cards across that game, a record for a World Cup match, as both sides clashed repeatedly in a match that finished level after 90 minutes before Argentina won on penalties. The sheer volume of cards led to widespread criticism of how the match was managed, with pundits on both sides arguing the officiating had lost control of the game rather than shaped it in anyone's favor specifically. That's an important distinction. A poorly officiated match isn't automatically a biased one, but it set the tone for how closely Argentina's knockout run that year would be scrutinized. Then came the final itself against France. In the second half, Randall Kolo Muani was through on goal for France when he went down under contact from Argentina's Nicolas Otamendi inside the box. No penalty was given there, a decision that French commentators questioned in the moment. Later in that same final, Ousmane Dembele made contact with Angel Di Maria inside the Argentine box, and this time, the referee pointed to the spot. Argentina converted, part of a match that finished 3-3 after extra time before Argentina won on penalties, 4-2. Both contested penalty decisions in that single final, one given, one not given, became instant talking points. Exactly the kind of split-screen moment where fans on either side can point to a different replay and feel completely justified in their own version of events. And further back, the most famous, unpunished handball in football history. Because we can't talk about Argentina and World Cup controversy without going back to 1986, Mexico. Quarterfinal, Argentina against England. Diego Maradona scores twice in that match, and one of those two goals became the most infamous moment in World Cup history. Maradona rises for a header, but instead punches the ball into the net with his fist. The referee doesn't catch it. English players protest immediately. The goal stands. Argentina wins 2-1 and goes on to lift their second World Cup. Maradona later gave the goal its nickname himself, calling it, roughly translated, a little bit the hand of God and a little bit the head of Maradona.
Your hand or the hand of God?
For me, man. For me.
It was my hand. With this, I don't mean any disrespect to English fans. And I started running. Shilton didn't realize, and the one who told him...
So, holds well, played across. Maradona-esque punch!
It's the single most replayed handball in football history, and it's not disputed. It happened. Everyone saw it. The goal simply wasn't overturned because there was no video review system in 1986 to catch it. This one isn't an allegation. It's on film, forever. Now go back further, to 1978, when Argentina hosted the tournament on home soil. Under that era's format, Argentina needed a specific result to advance to the final on goal difference, and their final group match against Peru kicked off after Brazil's match had already finished, meaning Argentina knew exactly the scoreline they needed going in. They got it. A 6-0 win over a Peru side that had conceded far fewer goals across the rest of the tournament. That result alone was enough to fuel suspicion for decades. Then, years later, a Peruvian player named Jose Velasquez gave an interview, later featured in a Disney Plus documentary about that World Cup, claiming that several Peruvian players received payments connected to the match's outcome. To be clear, this has never been proven in any formal investigation, and it remains a since-alleged claim from one player's account rather than an established fact. But it's exactly the kind of story that keeps resurfacing every time Argentina's name comes up in a conversation about controversial World Cup runs, whether it's fair to keep bringing it up or not. But here's what makes Argentina's case specifically stick in people's memory more than most: timing. The Maradona handball happened in a knockout match against a major rival, on the way to a title. The 1978 result happened in Argentina's own backyard, in their own tournament, on the way to a title. The Messi incident happened in the opening match of a tournament Argentina were defending champions in. Every single one of these moments landed at a point where the stakes were at their highest, and that's exactly why they never get forgotten. Argentina's contested moments keep landing in the matches that mattered most, involving the most famous player of his generation, at tournaments they were either hosting or defending.